Raptor, do you think you can handle the tower? Do you know how not to not be a pleb? Hmm? Hmm? Do you? Hey Lebians, it is Sister Critter. Hopefully y'all having a great day. I am having a great day. Today we are back in World Zero. I know, World Zero, as always. Today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to run the tower like a pro, using two different methods so that you are not wasting your time, nor your fellow dungeoneers, so to speak, as well. And some other general tips and tricks. So let's get on into the video. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that little like button and do the same thing with the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. It looked like my face was on fire. And today's pleb of the day is Aussie 2.0, or also known as Skylight. He won our little giveaway, and so he is our lovely pleb of the day. Thank you very much for your love and support. Alright guys, so when running the prison tower, it is a level 60 plus dungeon, which means you do have to be level 60 in order to run this. So the two ways that I found that is pro level strats to run the tower is one of two ways. The first one, which is the easiest one we're going to cover, is basically the item farm. The second way is actually just speed running it straight to try to get to the very end, to get the dragon, to get the legendary drops. So we're going to call that our legendary run. So for our item run, I would recommend not going in with a lot of people. And the people you do go in with are under the standing that you're going to be hunting for every single chest, because the chests have a percentile to drop stuff. This is especially important if you have not gotten your demon class, because every chest in the tower, until you have unlocked demon, has a 50% chance to give tickets. And when you have to get 100 of them, that can kind of take some time. So what you do, you get a group of little people together, or you can go by yourself. I've done this several times by myself. And basically you're going to clear out, you're going to go to every room, and you're going to check every room for chests. Once you're able to find a chest, then you're able to open it, get some items. You may do the first or second boss, but you're not going to stay in this tower run for long. I know most people are like, oh, I can solo. Well, guys, if you try to get all the way to the dragon while you are leisurely trying to open every single chest, it will take you over an hour and a half, more than likely. So, no. So, but if you are going to go and do item runs, make sure you're going with a group of people that understand that, because some people get frustrated if they think they're coming in for, you know, a run to get to the legendaries as fast as they can. So please keep that in mind when you're doing things. You are going to pick up items possibly in the other run, but being considerate to the party you're working with. The other way to run this is the speed run, or to get those legendaries at the end from the dragon, because the only chest in the 5th world that have legendary items is at the dragon. You have 4 shots at it. So how this run works is I would recommend getting a lot of people, because that way if people die throughout the run, you're not having a whole lot of problems. So when you're starting the run, basically you need to be holding that shift button as hard as you can, and you need to be going quickly. My recommendation for this is all the floors are randomized no matter which way you go. So I would recommend, if you're on a call with the people, or you know the people you're friends with, type in the chat, I'm going left. If you go left, make sure you are always going left after you clear a room, so you can clear all the way to the end. And make sure you're paying close attention when you're going down these hallways. I've had some runs that people just weren't paying attention and looking in cubby holes, and there was just stuff there. And you're like, sister, why do you always want to go to the left? Because I've had some people also go randomly down hallways and we miss it. And I'm doing my best to go down the left side or the right side, and it takes longer, especially some of these floors are massive. So try to be considerate of those you're working with and be effective and efficient. So you are going to come across some chests with loot while you are running around the dungeon. So here is my recommendation. If it is in the lovely split room that has 2 in the very middle, say there's the key for the exit, there's just 2 random chests. Keep in mind, one of those chests will always be trapped. And if it's the key chest, it is a trap. It will permanently block the door. What I would recommend, like I'm showing here, is let some of your teammates run past you, because sometimes you get those double rooms right at the beginning of the run, and you can't do anything because you're stuck in there if someone goes over and just goes and grabs it the first time. No, let some of your teammates go on around, because if it's a bigger dungeon, that way they'll have more time to get through the floor and maybe find the exit, and you'll be able to run straight to it after the lockout finishes. Now, big party foul I see people do all the time is they go in and they run straight to that room, to the chest. Don't do that, because then I'm sitting over there bouncing my head against the wall, and ain't nobody want that. Please don't do that. Please don't be that person in the dungeon run. Okay? Be considerate of your teammates. It's not just your time right now, it's their time too. Now, I did talk about you are going to be able to get some items through this. Well, there's other types of rooms. They have the rooms that, you know, the chests are on the outside of the room, whether they be in individual little corridors or it's the one with the gated bars on it. And sometimes there'll also be a chest in there with the floor key. Yeah, go ahead and grab the chest then. Be my guest. Don't be the person that stands on top of the chest waiting for other people to kill the mobs on the floor. Go kill the mobs first and then go run and get the chest. Other big recommendation for the tower. Make sure you have a mount. You're gonna get left behind if you do not have a mount. If you need to know how to get any of the mounts in the game, I have videos. I have video right here showing you how to go get the Boarwolf mount. There's the crystal mounts. There's the Robux mount. All of the mounts are in there. Please make sure you have a mount, because on some of the bigger floors, you are more than likely going to get left behind. I've already spent the time and got my Boarwolf mount on top of the other mounts that I own. See? I got my quest done. What's your excuse? So, you have now doing the tower. You're, using your lane appropriate. You're going left and going right. Working as a team. Communicate to each other too. If you say you found the chest key, that tells everyone, hey, or like, hey, I've got a big room of mobs to clear to get the chest. Can I get a hand? People will know. If someone does find the exit, make sure you sit on the exit, because when that key is found, everyone wants to know where it is to go so you can get quickly to the next floor. So, all in all, the tower should take you about 20 to 30 minutes to do. So, if you are going to commit to a tower run, make sure you're not going to be, oh, I have to go to school, or mom needs me, or pick your choice. You need to dedicate 20 to 30 minutes. You're not wasting your time and the time of those in your party. Now, we're going to go over the bosses real quick. So, everyone always wants to know the strats for the bosses. So, if this is your first time going through the tower, I would recommend going with a ranged class, because it'll give you a little more mobility. Paladin and Berserker, yes, they are good classes for DPS and for, resistance, but if you're not expecting something, some of these bosses can do a lot of damage, okay? So we're going to start off with the first boss you meet. The first boss you're going to meet is the Eye of Igneous. So he has a big giant slime. So his big area of effectability that messes people up is is able to create circles around himself that gradually get bigger and bigger. So you do need to be careful. They do damage. So if you're with a Berserker class and you have no range abilities, you're not going to be able to do damage. So demons, which is what I'm playing in the video here, I have a little more flexibility. So as you can see, it starts off with a smaller ring and then gets even bigger. So you're just going to want to pay attention to the floor with him and make sure you're dodging his attacks. The next one you are going to find is the Shield of Igneous. So with the bosses, I would always, another big tidbit is make sure you go and attack them from the side or from the back, because that way you'll be less likely to get hit by damage. So the Shield of Igneous actually drops little circles everywhere. So you just need to watch the ground for some white circles, because that'll be his big area of attack. See, that big giant sword dropped on me and I am trying to run away. Hopefully I didn't kill anybody when I actually did that. So when you see those circles starting to drop, because they will track on each player, just run straight out. Go to the left or right and then come back around. The next one is the Root of Igneous, and he is actually the one boss I really do not like, because his special attack is very unpredictable. I talk about the trees. I don't like the trees. He is exactly why I don't like the trees. So his special attack does not occur until usually he's over half health. And basically these little bitty circles that are very, very faint will appear on the floor. As you can see, they're like an orangish red. and then all of a sudden these big huge limbs will sprout up, and they do a ton of damage if you are not prepared for them and not stepping on them. He also likes to do this like little dive bomb on top of people and roll around when he's attacking you. So again, that's another reason I'm saying stay behind him, stay to the side. Now, probably the easiest boss for me, because he doesn't do that much damage, is the Hand of Igneous. What does a lot of damage is the crystal in the middle of the room and the crystal that roams around. So these two will do a lot of damage if you're not paying attention. So my recommendation is kind of just spin around the hand. If you see that big sphere coming around, back off. There should be other people. Or if you see that beam coming, you can also jump to avoid it. Just jump on over it and keep going. So the Hand of Igneous does have his own attacks that do damage, but detrimental attacks, I would say those would be a lot more of a worry. Now, the final boss, and the one that I see a lot of people having problems with fighting. So we are going to talk about the dragon. So the dragon's actually going to get some space and prime an attack before you and your party even get into the room. So I'm here with 4 other people on this run. So the dragon, to start, most of the time is going to do a area of effect weapon to his front. So that's why I always say go to the side to be able to attack. He does a basic chomp down. And there he is. He's doing that breath weapon to the front again. So he also has another one also in the front, which is that little delayed circle, which you've played any amount of this game. You've seen it, especially with the Halloween boss event. That's usually a bad thing. Stay away from the circle. If you see the circle happening, get on your mount and run on out. So the dragon also has 2 special attacks. The first one is he's going to fly up in the air and then drop a lot of like hot lava onto the ground. So when you see him take off, immediately start running to the outside and just kind of stand near the shields. And he should eventually drop back down. The other attack he has is the little circle attack, which are the kind of the orangish red circles. When you see those starting up here, you need to run straight to the outside of the arena. The reason you want to run straight outside is he's going to drop so many fireballs in your path. Well, if you start zigzagging all over the place, you can actually kill somebody on accident by doing that. So straight out and then left or right. The second time the dragon will go up in the air is to do his big area of effect. You gotta hide behind the shield, death wipe. So if you are not behind the active shield at that time, you are going to die. Okay? It's no ifs, ands, or buts, you're gonna die. So what you need to do is the minute he takes up in the air, that's why I said earlier when he's doing the little lava thing on the ground, you want to immediately run to the shields, because sometimes he'll queue out of order. I haven't seen it too much. I've seen it like 2 times in about the probably 300 runs I've done. So just keep that in mind. And then he just starts rinsing and repeating through his attacks. So it's just watching him. And again, I would stay near the back. I would also make sure you have pets and armor that do not draw you aggro, especially if you're a lower level, you're not well prepared, or this is your first fight with him. I wouldn't do that. I also would recommend, even if you are a healing class, to run a healing pet. There's a lot of damage that's going to be coming your way, and there's going to be some lag, and you don't want to get stuttered by, oh, I hit the button, but, you know, my other heal's down. No, you want to actually survive, because you have a chance to get 4 chests. So some other tidbits for the lovely, lovely prison tower is I would also recommend, when you are, like, say you're not leveled up all the way, keep your dailies until you hit the dragon room. And before you actually, like, go and get the first chest, open your dailies one at a time, because you actually have a chance to gain a lot of levels in this final room with the dragon. We did the math. If you have all your dailies and the double item pass, you can get 15 power levels in the dungeon if you time it right with dailies. I think that's incredible. You literally can go from 60 to 75 in one foul dungeon. That is insane. So, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you've smashed the lovely like button and done the same thing with the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Again, and hope you all have a great day. Bye!